The rain hammered down on New York City, turning the streets into rivers of glistening black. High above the chaos, Spider-Man swung between skyscrapers, the rhythmic thwip of his web shooters slicing through the storm. The city was quiet, at least for now, and that made him uneasy. Peter Parker had learned long ago that in New York, calm was just a prelude to the storm. As he zipped past the illuminated windows of Midtown, his spider sense tingled, that familiar buzz of danger rippling through his body. He paused on the side of a towering office building, his eyes narrowing behind the mask. "What now?" he muttered to himself, scanning the city below. His heightened senses picked up something, a low, pulsing hum, almost imperceptible beneath the cacophony of the rain and traffic. It wasn't a sound, exactly, but more like a vibration, an unsettling frequency that seemed to resonate through the very bones of the city. Spider-Man dropped to a lower rooftop, crouching low as he tried to pinpoint the source of the disturbance. It was coming from the direction of the Hudson River, deep in the industrial section of the city. That area was notorious for its abandoned warehouses and forgotten docks, a perfect place for something sinister to brew. Without hesitation, Spider-Man leapt back into the night, swinging towards the river with growing apprehension. This was no ordinary signal. It was something far darker, something that set every instinct he had on edge. As he approached the docks, the hum grew louder, more intense. He could feel it now, vibrating through his skull, threatening to drown out his thoughts. He landed silently on the roof of an old shipping warehouse, peering over the edge into the darkness below. And then he saw it. A hulking figure, all black sinew and teeth, moving with an unnatural grace. Venom, the sight of the creature sent a shiver down Spider-Man's spine. "What are you up to, Eddie?" Spider-Man whispered to himself, keeping a careful distance as he trailed Venom through the labyrinth of crates and rusting machinery. Venom stopped suddenly, his head cocking as if listening to something Spider-Man couldn't hear. Then, with a low growl, he tore open the side of a nearby container, a hidden entrance leading down into the depths below. With a deep breath, Spider-Man dropped down silently, landing on the metal catwalk that led into the darkness. He followed Venom into the abyss, every sense on high alert. Finally, they emerged into a vast, cavernous chamber, its walls lined with strange, pulsating machinery that looked like a cross between technology and something organic. Venom approached the orb, his movements almost trance-like. Spider-Man crept closer, his mind racing as he tried to piece together what he was seeing. "Eddie," Spider-Man called out, keeping his voice low but firm. "What's going on here?" Slowly, he turned to face Spider-Man. "We didn't call you here, Spider-Man, but we can feel it too. The call. The symbiote knows." "The call?" Spider-Man asked, stepping closer. "What are you talking about?" Venom's gaze shifted back to the orb. "This place. It's alive, connected to something greater, something old. The symbiote, we recognize it. It calls to us, but we don't understand why." "If it's calling you," Spider-Man said cautiously, "it can't be anything good. We need to stop it, whatever it is." "You think we don't know that? But we can't fight it. It's too powerful. It's inside us. We need to destroy it," Spider-Man said, his voice firm. "Before it gets any stronger." Venom hesitated, a low growl rumbling in his chest. "And if we can't?" Spider-Man studied the orb, trying to find a weak point, something that could sever its connection to the symbiote. But as he reached out to touch it, the hum suddenly intensified, the entire chamber vibrating with an almost unbearable frequency. Venom roared, clutching his head as the symbiote writhed and twisted around him, struggling to maintain control. With a final, desperate push, Spider-Man plunged his hand into the orb. The world exploded into light and sound, the force of the connection nearly overwhelming him. But he held on, focusing all his strength on disrupting the link, on breaking the connection between the symbiote and the ancient power it. And then, with a final, shattering pulse, the orb exploded. Spider-Man was thrown backward, the force of the explosion slamming him into the far wall of the chamber. He gasped for breath, his vision swimming as he struggled to stay conscious. The hum was gone, replaced by a deafening silence. Slowly, painfully, Spider-Man pushed himself to his feet. "Eddie," Spider-Man called out, his voice hoarse. Are you okay?" "We are, free," Venom growled, his voice rough. "But this isn't over, Spider-Man. Whatever was down here, it was just the beginning."